Thank you, Dr. Lane. It's really good time flies, right? So the last time we were all together, you were just kicking off, and we were having our beginning meal together. You had just moved in, families were saying goodbye, and if I recall, everybody very excitedly opened up their iPad and got that iPad. So I know that was an exciting launch to the 2 weeks. I want to ask the students if you had a good time. Yeah? Did you learn something that you didn't know before? Yeah. And did you call your parents and tell them or text them something that you had learned? I bet you did. You probably told them something you had learned. And two, I think that is part of the exciting thing, that normally when we learn something, right, we want to share it with someone else. Hey, did you know? Becomes like the beginning of, hey, did you know? And we start sharing all of that learning. And that's what makes it so powerful, that it's fun, it's engaging, it changes who we are, and we share it with other people, and we carry it out into the world, and then we change the world. That's what learning does, right? It empowers us to change the world. So as you remember, when we kicked off the program, I said you all were the alpha group, the first group of this new program, and I was grateful you had raised your hand. Both our students from Alamance Burlington School System and then also our own undergraduates here at Elon had raised their hand to try something new, right, and to work together to build capacity for college success and access, and we know how important these few months are. And if you remember, the other thing I said was that we don't often talk enough about how challenging the senior year is. The senior year in high school is a tough year because you're usually taking accelerated classes, or you're trying to earn college credit. Most students today are, taking classes at community colleges or AP courses. I'm really pushing on trying to get farther along in the college process. And you're also that senior year trying to make a decision about where you're going to go to college, visiting schools and writing essays and all of the things that you did this week to help you prepare. So I'm so grateful that you took the time and said, this is important, and raised your hand to be with us for these 2 weeks. It's good for us too. We learn too. Elon learns too from all of you. And so really grateful that we had these few weeks together. And I couldn't be more thankful for Dr. Prudence Lane's leadership, our faculty, who have joined in this effort, the team of Elon Support Systems in our admissions office and our Student Professional Development Center, everybody else that you engaged with here so that you could have this experience of college life and preparing. So it's really been wonderful to watch from the sidelines and see all of you these past few weeks. So thank you. I know tomorrow's a big day as you wrap everything up, and I'm grateful you took time out this evening. So I will turn it back over to Dr. Lane, who will continue. Thanks for being here.
So we are so pleased to have a representative from the Tegel Foundation with us. The Tegel Foundation is the sponsor of the grant. Elon University is one of 20 Knowledge for Freedom partners around the country, and the initiative is rapidly growing. So, Dr. Tweel, would you please offer us some remarks from the Tegel Foundation?
So first, I just really want to thank you for today. Thank you for having me and for letting the Tegel Foundation really be a small part of the magic that is the Freedom Scholars. This was an incredible day. I learned so much from your faculty, your professors, your mentors. I learned so much from the scholars, so give yourselves a round of applause. You chose really, you chose to spend the summer learning, and a round of applause for your family who really found a way to get you here, and it's incredible. So I really just wanted to share two things that I learned today from you, and moments that will stay with me. So the first is being with you this afternoon in Charlotte Hawkins Brown's home. I tell you, my entire life, I will remember all of you seeing her bookshelf and realizing that Plato was on it, that you could pick it up, you could read it, and that you could read everything else on that bookshelf and understand it. Like, it was inspiring to see your excitement and curiosity, and it will really stay with me. The second piece that will really stay with me is in your leadership class this morning. You answered the question, how you will lead, which is a really deep question. Like, I don't know if I've answered that for myself, and hearing you answer it, and I'll just say some of the words that you said. This is not comprehensive, there are more, but ones that I'm taking with me. With passion, confidence, open minds, humility, integrity, and purpose. So I know you know that this world needs you, and we're very grateful that you're so invested in not just your own education, but in your communities. I think if something comes out of today for me, it's that you see yourselves as part of a place, part of homes, part of schools, part of neighborhoods, and I feel really, really grateful to be here. So thank you so much. Stay open. The Tegel Foundation, we are committed to you now forever. You will be part of an alumni community. When there are grant opportunities, we will be sending them right over to Professor Lane, who will email them to you. So we hope this is the beginning, not of a short relationship, but of a long one. And we're really invested in your growth. So thank you.
So next we're going to have Devon Davis, who will offer remarks on behalf of the undergraduate mentors here at Elon, 8 of them who worked tirelessly over the last 2 weeks to support our scholars and their work. Devon?
Hi. Firstly, I want to say thank you to Dr. Lane for allowing me to do this. I actually had a lot of struggles with writing down just what I wanted to say because I had so many different thoughts about all of you. So I just kind of spitball a little bit in my mind. Firstly, to the parents, your children are absolutely amazing. I cannot believe how well they looked at Plato's work and were able to handle Socrates and Plato and all of these different really difficult concepts. I struggled with them in high school to the point where I just gave up halfway through. And it took me years to be able to really read this book and grasp a lot of the concepts that are going on. To the students, you guys take a breather. You're doing great, like genuinely. I've seen some of you stay up way too late trying to worry about this, that, and the other, but genuinely, please take a breath because you don't want to overexhaust yourself. Your journey has just started. And I want you all to know that you are doing amazing already in the first place. So just keep it going. Keep it. You got it. You got it really good. To all my mentors, y'all are great. I mean, I don't have to really go into you guys. I mean, I've made friends for life, and I really appreciate all the hard work that I've seen not only y'all put in, but y'all put into making our group more and more cohesive. And to everyone, I really want you to know that this was an opportunity that allowed us to not only embrace Plato and embrace leadership, but also for us to really reflect upon how we view our own democracy and how we view our own republic in itself. And I'm proud to look at all of you and know that we're leaving it in good hands. Though I'm only a couple years older than you, I know very well that if I become president one day, all of you are going to be in my cabinet, and I'm going to make sure that all of you are set for life. So, thank you.
Thank you, Devon. And now we will hear from one of the scholars, Taylor Wiley. Taylor.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Taylor Wiley, and I go to Williams High School. I would first just like to thank the staff from the Tegel Foundation, Dr. Lane and Dr. G, and all the mentors for making this opportunity possible. Over these past 2 weeks, I've grown to learn about so many different backgrounds we have to offer here in the meaning of the phrase Ubuntu, meaning I am we. Ubuntu introduces us with the idea that even though we are all different and that all the way down to our DNA, that we need each other to come together and fix these problems we are all experiencing. When the program first started, we all had very strong connections because of the similar places that we came from, but also because of our differences. Every time we would get to do a getting to know you activity, we always started by letting others know what our pronouns were. Because of this is one small thing that takes a big step towards ending gender and sexuality assumptions, but also to solving a bigger picture. Every scholar here is a part of a marginalized community, whether they are a POC, a part of the LGBTQ+ community, or even their religion association, but we have yet found common ground, and there needs to be more representation and support of all types of people, and that we will be the next generation to take that step. Being here these past 2 weeks have allowed us as a youth to show how passionate we can be about something, and that all it takes is a little mentoring and support. Support is something that I think we can all agree that the world lacks emotionally and physically. I believe that this program has allowed most of us to gain a team of mentors and support that we all wish we had growing up. And that is why I'm happy to say that I'm a Freedom Scholar and that I'm so proud of all of my fellow classmates for expressing their voices, not only for themselves, but also for those who haven't or aren't able to use their own. We all had strong opinions as to what we believe in, and it often caused deep conversation or conflict, but at the end of the day, our eagerness to learn about others and this exposure was what brought us together. This is not a part of the speech, but also just want to thank, or just like say that I'm proud of everyone for the activities that we've put together. For all of you that don't know, we all had to come up with civic engagement projects. So most of us came up with stuff to help the LGBTQ community have a safe place to learn and educate others about themselves. A lot of us have also created groups to help marginalized communities of people that also feel like they're not safe or just also uneducated or need that support emotionally and physically that we were talking about. In the beginning, we all felt like we had these common ideas that needed to be in one place and thought about we had a building. We started out real big. We're like, we're gonna have a building, we're gonna put all these rooms in there, and they're all just gonna have different things dedicated to them, and you can go in whatever room you want to for all ages. And then like, Dr. Lane was just like, where are you guys gonna do this at? Like, where is this funding? Like, how are you guys gonna do this? Because we're thinking like, we're just gonna find buildings, like all these abandoned buildings around Burlington that can really be done. And then we broke up into groups, and we're like, okay, obviously, guys, this is not gonna work, at least not in the next year or so. So then we were all able to come to our senses and really just kind of break down and solve the problems, or at least start somewhere small. I just wanna thank also my group for working. A lot of these girls I actually go to school with. Daniela and Jakayla, I go to school with. Jakayla I wasn't always that close with, but this program really has like brought a lot of us close together. And Danielle, she goes to Eastern. I never knew about her, but she's like one of the best people. I've laughed the whole time I've been here with Danielle, so yes. Also Hallie, I go to school with her, and I haven't really talked to her, and I just found like so much about these people. So just the program itself has brought a lot of us together that a lot of us didn't even know about each other, and we've learned just so much about each other. So I just think this program is something that's really helping us all take that step forward to the support and the mentoring that we all need. Thank you.
Thank you, Tay. I have my own thanks. The amazing Ashley Tatum. I've just realized I'm getting there slowly, but I have to let you go. I have to let you go to spread your wings and fly. You have been a tremendous support to me over the last 4 years as my TLA, Teaching Learning Assistant, just as my student, and now as a colleague and a peer. And to my mom, who made up all of your rooms before you got here. Thank you, Mom. and who is being stolen by the It Takes a Village project in a few weeks. So very also committed to our college access and success programs. Our democracy and our freedoms are under attack. Our republic is in a very fragile state. As one of the programs in the network, we knew that you would struggle in your first week. That is part of the process. The Challenge of the Republic, a book that you will come back to over and over again, if not in its reading, but in its concepts, will not leave you. Tamara and I were just so thrilled when we saw you just fanning out over the fact that you saw the Republic in Charlotte Hawkins Brown's home. We also need to realize that this summer residency is our start, that the real work of changing our communities, of fighting for social justice, is just beginning. Yes, you have year-long projects that you will present at our symposium next summer to the next incoming class, but after that, these are your passion projects. You have made lifelong commitments to the work that you were deeply invested in. As you shared some of your initial research with us in class today, the statistics are staggering. The suicide rates among LGBTQ youth, among Latinx communities, the stigmas around mental health, the need for mentoring networks among people of color, empowering women. These are all things that you cared passionately about when you applied to the programs in which you retained. You struggled a bit because you wanted to just have one big, huge thing. And I did go to bed and say a little prayer and said, God, please let them come to their senses, because I don't know how we will do this in a year. But if that's what they want to do, I will stand with them. So I think you also realize that you can work in your small groups, but you're still together, right? Amandla. Thank you so much, Danielle. Amandla means power to the people, and the people respond away to. The power is ours. So I want you to retain that power, that passion, that drive, and I look forward to our first meeting on September the 12th. To the families, you have made an extraordinary sacrifice. You have, I think, leapt without looking, which is what we talked about at the opening reception, right? You saw the opportunity and you embraced it, not quite sure what it would turn out to be and what it was, and you have come. Many of you have traveled distances for the opening, for move-in, for move-out, for this reception, and we wanted to make sure that we stay true to our commitment to you. Come as you are, and that this program should not offer any additional undue burden on your families, financially or in any other way. So we do have, on behalf of the Office of the President and the Elon Freedom Scholars via the Tegel Foundation, gift cards for you that we hope you can use to offset your gas mileage. We hope that it goes down from $5 to something more manageable for all of our families as well. So you are part of the Elon Freedom Scholar community. We hope that you will stay connected, that you will look forward to the amazing work that these young people will be doing over the next year, that you join their constellation of mentors, and that you come to the symposium next June. We're so looking forward to seeing what lies ahead for all of us. Enjoy the reception. For the rest of you, we're going to have a little party over in Global C after this. So enjoy the rest of the evening with your families, and families, please see Ashley at the end as well. So thank you, President Book, and thank you to all of you for coming.